Hey heroes, want to take a second to run you through the Panda Planner. We're going to unleash the panda. A lot of folks I've heard run through their day. They've had a busy day, they're exhausted at the end of it. They know they've been working all day, but when they look back, they're not really sure what they accomplished. They're not really sure what they got done. They don't feel like they've actually made ground towards their goals. Panda Planner and a lot of planners out there are just one of the ways that you can help ensure that you don't have those type of days, to help you more effectively manage your time, or more realistically, more effectively manage your energy. So you're spending your time and your energy on the tasks that really matter, on the tasks that count, and the tasks that have been decided by you as the most important to help you make those progresses. So running through it, let's get started. Here's the objective, just to break it down. How do you use this planner? What are each of the sections about? And then how can I use this planner? What ways is this planner going to help me build effective routines, morning routines and evening routines, to maximize the effectiveness of each day? So let's get started. It's broken down into three main sections, right? Towards the front of the book, that's the monthly breakdown, right? Planning each month. Middle, a little further on, is the weekly breakdown, and then towards the end is the daily breakdown. We're going to start out with the daily breakdown. Stephen Covey says, don't start your day until you've finished it. I love that quote. It's powerful, powerful. What he's saying there is, it's like, don't start a road trip until you've finished planning it. You know where you are, you know where you want to go, so let's plan the route in between, throughout, before you take off, to ensure that you're making the right turns along the way. We're going to start out with the daily planner, planning out our days, and as we get good at that, well, then we're going to roll into the weekly, and then into the monthly, plan out our months and what our months are going to look like. So starting out with the daily. You can see up there at the top, outlined in blue, there's four main sections altogether, but outlined in the blue is the morning review. You can talk about what you're grateful for, what you're excited about. There's an affirmation block, some focus, and an exercise block. Right below that is your priorities. List them right out, right there in front of you so you can see them. Over on the right, that's your daily schedule and some of the tasks and how you break down those tasks. And the very bottom is an end-of-day review. So we're going to map this out. What's cool about this planner is it just kind of flows throughout the day. It starts here in the morning. There's your top priorities, so you know what they are. Here's your schedule, and so you can check in task list. You can check those tasks off as you're going throughout, and then an end-of-day review. Pro tip here, I like to start it a little bit different. I like to start my day the day before. What that means is I start planning the day before I go to bed. So here's what this looks like. I start out with the tasks, and I do this the night before. I write out each one of my tasks that I have to accomplish throughout the day. And another pro tip, I break it out into three different sections, right? I've got three different color pens, one for my business, one for my family, and one for myself. Self-care, taking care of me. And this helps me not just to prioritize, but outline and categorize the tasks that I'm going to be working on. So I can see where I'm spending the majority of my time, and some areas that I may need to spend more time in to ensure I got that good, proper harmony going throughout it. So I complete all of these tasks and list them out the night before, right? Write them all out, and then prioritize them. Which one of these are the most important? Which one of these are going to get me the most bang for my buck? I'm going to get the most mileage out of. So once you get them all written out and prioritized, then they go over here in the priorities. And there you see the business, the family, and the self. I use those three different color pens. It's however you want to break them down. But I can have a number one priority for my business, a number one priority for myself, and a number one priority for my family. Which ones are for each one of those categories? However you choose to break it down, you can list out each one of those priorities. These are your big rocks. These are the things you have got to take care of first in order to ensure that you're making the most progress towards your goals and what's most important to you as outlined by you. After that, you got those priorities down, you go back to that right-hand page and you schedule them. To-do lists, 60% of the stuff on a to-do list never gets done. However, if you put it on the schedule and you block out time and ensure that the most important times have time blocks for them, so you have time to take care of those things and energy to take care of those things, those are the things that get done. So Put them on your schedule. You can see that this schedule has got it's only broken into 30-minute increments. There's not a lot of room to write. That's intentional. That's a good thing. This is just a great big overview. And some folks are like, whoa, I got a digital calendar that I put a lot of my tasks in my schedule in. I like to use that. Perfect. You still can. But there's just something about putting pen to paper and writing it down. There's a neurocognitive connection that is made when we're the physical act of writing, seeing it, reading it on the paper, and then seeing your whole day listed out right in front of you, that imprints it on your brain. And we do this the night before so that this list, this prioritized list in this schedule, is already planted into our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind is going to go to work on it throughout the night to help us have a more effective day the next day. If you want to use a digital calendar, great, do that. But use this as well. After that, in the evening, the last thing you do is the end of day review. It talks about 3 wins. These could be big wins. These can be little wins, personal wins, business wins, however you want to write them down. But 3 wins. You know, on each coaching session, I'm going to ask you for your wins, right? You're going to already have them listed out. It's teaching our brain to hunt the good. Find the good things that are out there. We don't need help finding the negative. We can find that all by ourselves. But this helps us to hunt the good. Speaking of the negative, I almost didn't use this specific planner because of the line there. It says, how I'll improve. We're focusing on the negative. And like I said, our brain doesn't need any help finding the negative. What's awesome about this is it switches it around. It says, how I'll improve. So you're taking that, what could be a loss, and turning it into a learned. What did I learn from this? How can I make it better? What can I do to recover from this? So instead of, we don't need any help remembering the bad things throughout the night, right? Those things pop into our brains. But this gives our subconscious mind something to chew on, something to improve, so we can make tomorrow better than it was today. So that's the last thing you'll do for the night. Subconscious mind's going to work on that all night long for you. And so you can roll into the morning review once you wake up. Date and time, write that stuff down. But what are you grateful for? 3 things. 3 things that you're grateful for. And they could be big things, they could be little things, they could be business things or family things or whatever. But just 3 things that you're grateful for. And then 3 things that you're excited about. What are you looking forward to? What do you got on the horizon? It could be today, it could be down the road. But something you're going to be hunting after, something you're chasing. Next block down is your affirmation or your daily battle cry. What drives you towards it? Prioritize and execute, right? Plan your day. I choose today to live courageously and drive in pursuit of my goals. All of those are affirmations. Just a battle cry that you're going to have throughout the day. Next up is focus. What are the focus? This is another area where I use those 3 pens. What's my focus throughout in each category there? Building relationships, communicating, listening, working on a project. What is my focus? And then an exercise block. Well, we got to move. We got to move every day. Every day. And even if it's an active recovery day or it's just a stretch day, what are we doing? What are we doing? You can write it down. There's not a lot of room in here, but write out what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. Exercise block in there. Also, on that morning review, you're going to review all of the stuff that you wrote down the night before. What were your big priorities? What did you talk about doing? And what does that schedule look like? So here's a big summary of all that we talked about. That morning review is critical. It's your chance, now that your subconscious mind, you had a chance to sleep on all of these priorities you put down and all of the schedule that you put down. Is anything changed? Do you need to update anything? Or is everything right where it needs to be? What about tasks? Did you plan good tasks? Did new tasks come up? Or were tasks that you thought, oh, if I did this first, I wouldn't have to do that anyways? So you can review all of this stuff right there in the morning so you have that plan for your day. Don't start your day until you've finished it and it's written out. I also get a little pushback on schedules. Some folks don't like to have schedules because they feel like the schedule just kind of tells them what to do all day. Well, you're writing the schedule. It's not a bloody prison. Plan the day that you'd like to have. Plan the day that at the end of the day, you'll be like, that's a pretty good day. I could do that again. That means including some rest time, including some fun, including some time to goof around if you need to. Obviously, there's things you're going to have to do to meet your responsibilities and make progress to your goals. But also plan some time, if whatever you're into, video games or social media or whatever, time to relax and unplug just for a little bit. Put those on the calendar as well. So at the end of the day, you don't feel like this calendar's been a tyrant, but it's actually been helping you move in progress towards your goals. And if you don't get 100%, that's okay. That's okay. We're just looking for a little bit better than you did yesterday. And that's where today's wins and how I'll improve come in as we roll into the next day. That's the Panda Planner. Let's get to work on it. The Panda Planner is an excellent tool, and it will impact the effectiveness of your day and the pursuit of your goals. But it only works if you do. So let's get to work. Let's put this thing to work. Watch the outcome. All right. Talk to you soon. If you have any questions, go ahead and hit me up. See ya.